Hello, Narnach here. Welcome to the Division. So this is the January beta for the Division, and it's about 3 hours before the end of it. And I've been playing a bit over the weekend. I got in too late because this beta was very overwhelming in terms of popularity, which is a good thing. Let's see, where am I going? So I figured I'd show you a little bit. Actually, let's replay this mission. It's gonna be I want to get my bearings. Ah, there. Just completely overlooking it. So the beta covers a very small bit of the game. You
Oh Jesus!
start at level 4. And you end up at level 4 as well, or at level 8. So it's a very small section. Yeah. So this is one of the first missions.
They're holding Dr. Candle and her staff. We need those personnel back at the base so we can get the medical wing functional.
So
we'll hold here to cover your back.
the Division is a first-person shooter. It's always online. And I should probably get something that's bigger than a pistol.
I got this.
You check it out.
Let's get this over with.
So, my character can do a sweep, which highlights where enemies are, and I now know there's still one person up there, and he's gonna actually stay up there. Can I get him? No. So it's a cover-based shooter. I don't know.
If you patch me into the security system, I might be able to find Candle's location.
So this is it's a cover-based shooter. Cover is very important. So results. Now if you hit space, you dive into cover behind something, and basically anything can be used as cover, and you can just walk around and use control to climb over most things, and while running you actually do small jumps and tricks
Let's see what I
over
can find.
things. So
Can you
if
see
you're
the
running up to a
CCTV
car,
feed?
hit control,
Looks
you
like
just
Candle
slide
and her
over
staff
the
are
car,
being forced
things
to
like
treat
that.
their wounded. That's the only reason they're still alive.
That's it. We go this way. You can play with
It
a
looks like
squad
they've
of
got
up to
people
4
upstairs
people.
in a restaurant.
I'm not just simply playing by myself,
There's
so
a
then
lot
it's
of these
easier to
guys,
record.
but if you use cover, you should be able to pick them off without making yourself a target.
It's also one of the nice things. If you hold space, you will actually just crawl towards the next space, and you can just select where to go. So let's do another sweep.
Sure.
We know where the enemies are.
Damn it. Stay on guard.
He's got a grenade.
Grab your gun! Little shit. Take that bitch down! Don't hold back!
So staying in cover, using cover, and not just rushing things is relatively important. People can do a lot of damage. If you look at the stats for your guns, most of the time you see that you could actually kill yourself in under 1 second with sustained DPS. So not exposing yourself too much is actually important.
Gas in!
Your health bar is divided into 3 sections. If you that red outline was because someone threw a gas grenade. Gas grenades are kind of funny. Here, let me show you. You dive in, you actually get disoriented for a bit, and your vision blurs. It becomes a lot harder to pick out where the targets are. And the sound warps.
Fool's got a death wish!
Warning. Additional hostiles
So
detected.
this is assault rifle. Let's actually switch to. Let's get out of the grenade again.
Got a trespasser. Too bad for you.
Sweep again for the new wave.
They're killing us. Do what you need to do.
one
I need to
remaining.
reload.
So these guys are tougher. They actually have armor.
Take care of this.
They have purple health. So that indicates they are tougher than normal. And this is the PvE part of the game. In the beta, there's one mission and a couple of side quests.
Scandal and her staff are still upstairs, stashed in the kitchen at Kobe's.
You can play this as if it were... it's basically like a MMO dungeon. There's extra difficulties you can enable. I mean, if you play this on hard, all
Word is that
the
they've really
enemies will be
trashed
level
the
8.
place. It would have broken my dad's heart to see it go to hell like this. We used to watch games there together.
All the enemies will be level 8 and they will be heavily armored, and it's nearly
I think it's
impossible
better
to
my
get
folks
through
didn't live to see
with
any
2
of this.
people that are level
But
8. It's
then I think about all
a
the people
challenge
doing
with
their
3
best to
people
keep
that are
going.
level 8, and it's
That's who we do this for, Agent.
reasonably...
Go
it's
get
a
'em.
nice thing to do at 4 people, so that's how
To
it's
get
balanced.
to Kobe's, you'll have to pass by some contaminated areas. There used to be plenty of sick people being treated there before they got shot. So be careful.
So this mission, it basically has 3 encounters. The downstairs one was the first one. Actually, there's 4. Of course, there was the staircase as well. So you also have grenades, which are pretty nice here because that's a bar. And they got boost. And I also noticed they actually have hostages down there. Been just throwing in grenades there ever since, and it never was much of an issue. Apparently, you don't really want to do that. Also, I might notice I'm not the best of shooters. I tend to play strategy games and action RPGs, so shooters, yeah, not as good at them. But this is a lot of fun, and the PvP in the game is even more fun. You go into the dark zone. It's a no man's land. You and your squad, so that's you and up to 4 people, are all friendly to each other. You can't hurt each other, but everybody else in the area will be fair game. So now we have to protect these hostages against
Keep your heads down
attackers.
and keep it quiet.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
Here. They will be coming through the kitchen. Let's chuck another grenade that way. So the setting is that something happened here in New York. Virus outbreak of some sort. And it's chaos. That's basically it. So there's looters, there's gangs, and just general disorder, and the division
The
is
escort party's
basically...
taking heavy fire from the roof. They can't move until you get up there and take down that gunner.
The division is basically a bunch of sleeper agents that have been activated to restore order.
Take out the big guns.
Or something along those
yours,
lines. There's
Agent.
really not a lot of story in here yet. You just get flown into a helicopter and then you're basically just gonna fix things. The locals don't really appreciate it or don't really believe that it's gonna happen. But eventually you manage to convince them. But as I said, it's this early in the beta. There's not a lot of story. It's just some gameplay, and the gameplay is solid. I mean, the gunplay is
Alpha
really fun.
escort. We have an agent on the
Just,
roof. Has Candle made it to your position?
Cover mechanics are fun.
Shearer staff just arrived. As soon as the hostiles on the roof are gone, we'll get her across safely.
And it is truly somewhere in between a shooter and an MMO or an action RPG. Let's grab my sniper. So there's all the usual weapons. There's shotguns, there's machine guns, there's the assault rifles, there's the sniper rifles. I haven't actually seen any explosive weapons yet.
Additional hostiles incoming.
Let's get a bit closer. So, if you look under my health bar, on the right there's a health thing, that's one of my abilities. It's a self-heal that actually targets my... that I can also aim at nearby allies. Yo. Please don't do that. Nice thing is, if you are not aiming, you can actually shoot over something and then you're just waving your gun in a general direction at a loss of accuracy. Being put under pressure by the boss over there, who actually has extra armor on top of his health.
Those bastards!
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
So if you're playing this with multiple people, there will be more enemies, which is also very well done. Take out some of these looters. Most of these guys are now armed with pistols and clubs. If you're playing with more people on hard, they'll all have assault rifles, and only a couple will have clubs. I think it's just me versus the boss now. And as you see, I'm scoring solid headshots here, but I still needed a couple of bullets to take out the boss.
No casualties.
Now we've now achieved the
Wish I could have had your
goal.
back out there, but I think we make a hell of a team anyway.
So this is a
when we
very
get
nice,
back to the base, we'll talk to Candle and we'll see what she can do for us.
very nice stack of green things. Items follow a progression. White is the lowest, green is better than that. They're basically the slightly enchanted items. Then you got blue, that's even better than green. And then you got purple, which is freaking rare. And below that you got orange, which is even more rare. And of course with rare also comes powerful. So just grappling down lines. And it's mechanics like this, you know, grappling down lines, using cover, climbing up things, looting things in your environment. They will all present themselves in the environment. In this case it's a mission that you could do alone or you can do with friends, and as I said, the difficulty adjusts based on how many players there are. And now back out in the world. So, and there's also the dark zone. And the dark zone is a bit of a walk over here. I'll actually just walk over there while I talk a bit more. But I just wanted to start this with some action, just to showcase what's happening. So, the dark zone is this game's PvP arena, so to say. It's the end game, and you can already go in there at level 1. Now, if you all you have is just your starter assault rifle. Oh, these are NPCs looking to cause trouble. There's also just not dynamic events like this in the world. But let's take out some looters. There's one more there.
Do what you need to do!
You show your head, please. Thank you. Okay. Is that it? I think someone was still shooting, but...
I've got little ones! They need me!
Okay. I think the civilians are safe now. Oh,
Sounded like a shot.
one more. Alright. He dropped some ammo. That's good. Right, let's continue. So I'm just following the orange line. You basically just have navigation in the game, which is very useful for getting to places. So, PvP, Dark Zones. It's open world PvP, where you and your squad versus the world. And there's a lot of other squads. And they...
¿Qué pasa?
Basically, your standard state with everybody is neutral. And then as long as you're neutral, it's good. There's nothing going on. The thing is, if you shoot at other people, then you will become rogue. You enter rogue status. If you just accidentally hit someone in the middle of a fight, then you only get a 20-second timer, and it's basically the person you shot at can shoot back at you. But to other people, you're only marked as with a red health bar to indicate that you have aggressed, but you're not actually a rogue. But if you inflict enough damage, then you will become full-blown rogue status. Then you will actually have a skull next to your name, and everybody will be free to shoot at you. And you also get a timer. The timer starts at 50 seconds, I believe, if you actually become a rogue. So you go from 20 seconds to 50 seconds, and then it increases by, I think, 30 seconds with every stage. So this is a neutral zone in between
What are you
the
waiting for?
PvE and the PvP area. There's a vendor
Can't
here.
find this stuff back at the base.
You can buy new weapons here. I've got a little bit of cash from just roaming around with friends during the weekend. And there is some stuff over here that you can buy, but most of it is not an upgrade because I've already been grinding
Stop
throughout most of
wasting
the
my
weekends to
time.
get better stuff. Well, we can now go out. So in the dark zone, interesting thing is,
Entering contamination.
your microphone is open.
Transmissions jammed.
So
Proximity coverage only.
what I'm saying now is
Backup
actually
activated.
broadcast
System rebooted.
in a small area around me.
Warning.
Which
entering
is actually
dark
fun,
zone.
because normally you're used to having voice comms with just your team. And in this game, your voice comms that you use to communicate with your team, it is completely integrated voice comms in the game, and it actually works really well. But you also use that to communicate with people nearby. So if you are in a firefight with some NPCs, because there's also NPCs in here, and there's another group of players that come in to assist or potentially steal the loot, then you can use the voice comms to talk to them, because everything you say to your team, they can hear. And everything... Yeah, so you can actually just shout at them, like, get away, this is our loot. Or if you accidentally shoot someone, like, hey, sorry, not looking for trouble. And things like that. Let's see if there's actually anything going on. There's an extraction area there. So, dark zone is basically, it's a contaminated area. And all the loot you pick up here, it's contaminated by whatever. So it needs to be decontaminated. So in order to... Oh, that's actually a PvE guy.
Execute that bastard. Hey, roll it on, baby. Should be an easy kill.
So,
Loser.
quite the plan. So, the PvE guys drop the loot.
Come on.
And then you have to get your loot out. The thing is, you can't just walk out with it. It needs to be decontaminated. So it will be picked up by a helicopter. Actually, let's stay with sniper. Okay, using my healing ability to get my health up. Also, that's not enough, so I'll use a health kit as well. You only have 3 health kits. Ooh, and blue loot dropped. Blue loot is highly desirable. That's not good. There's another health kit. Only got 1 remaining after this. Normally you're supposed to do this with a squad of 4, not just by yourself.
Wrong turn.
Okay, so they really got the pins here. Let's see if I can approach via the other side.
Do what you need to do, you moron.
And I could just flank them, get a bit of a better position. So, putting up a good line of fire, using your cover, it's very good. And these guys, especially these PvE guys, they have an insane amount of armor. So they're really tough. They're basically tougher than players. But then again, players roam around here with groups of 4. So if you can get here. Let's see. Okay, hit him. Let's do another sweep. I think there's only 1 remaining. Oh no, there's actually 3. Okay, so this truck is in the way. Let's go to it and use it as cover. Okay, that's another one.
Straight from the pack.
We got that one. Okay, then there's 1 more remaining on the left side of the truck. Let's get over there.
This is how you want it.
Let's just get this blue loot, because this is highly desirable stuff. The green one, that's also good. At least I've got something to extract. Oh, he's up there. Actually. this close, don't want to use my scope, just grab stuff. Okay, so we got loot. So we can just climb up here. And I like how everything you can do, it has the hotkey to do it, just assigned next to it. Extra medkit, and there's another player. Hello! I'm looking for trouble here today. So, green and the blue one here, the light blue is actually just for looks. Yes, hello there. Ah, salutes. By default the emotes are not bound to anything, so I don't actually have a quick way to salute back, but I can shout. So I was gonna go to an extraction point. So, you now notice the yellow thing hanging on my backpack with the nice hazardous materials sign thing on it. So that's the loot goes into that, and you need to get it to an extraction zone and attach it to a helicopter rope to get it out. So people have actually called it already. And then once the helicopter is there, it's going to be there for about 30 seconds. So I hope I'll be in time so I can actually just extract still. So it's just going to be a bit of a mad dash. So, up on the rope. Whoosh. Oh, okay. This is a mad dash in and out.
You've got a bird inbound on your position.
Okay, so the thing is, you have to wait for 90 seconds for the chopper to arrive. And during that time period, everybody knows that it was called by someone. So now you get an interesting tension. Someone called it, and you can only call it if you actually have something to loot. It could be a grey item, could be a bag full of blue or purple items. You don't never know. That's how things get exciting. And oftentimes, atmospheres here are relatively friendly. There is a rogue. You see they got a skull next to the name. They shot at people. So let's see if we can help shoot the rogue. And they're running away.
Commencing extraction.
Now we got a rope here. Yay! Loot is safe. Okay. Good hunting.
Confirmed. Cargo secured.
Let's see if we can find the rogues. It's gonna be fun doing this.
15 seconds.
Here, there was a rope down here. Okay, and the helicopter is leaving.
Package is secure. Extraction complete.
And you see, my loot actually made it out. So, he went rogue on me, and he shouldn't have. Okay, so that's how you deal with rogue agents. Shot to the head. And I just made the world a better place. So, well, that's I think that's a very nice way to end the recording. Actually, I need to extract still. So let's mark a way out. That's the checkpoint. And go back there. So inside of this dark zone, there are. I should actually just show. There's landmarks where things are. There's so landmarks are basically just small buildings with a lot of PvE enemies that drop loot. So that's where people go to get the loot. and to extract it. And that's where the dynamics come from, because if you don't have any loot like I have nothing to lose.
Readings
It's
indicate
very
this
easy
area is
to
contaminated.
it's very easy to just go rogue and kill people, go attack people, steal their loot.
Exiting the contaminated area.
Morning! Ah, you again. Ah, and he got me.
That's a nice end for your recording, bitch.
Yes, thank you. Excellent. So, that's the friendly attitude of the locals. So far, most of the people have been exceedingly nice. Especially people not playing with their friends. No, just one or two people. It's really nice to just group up with them. And then there's a squad of 4 you can roam about. The interesting thing is also if there are no rogues about to shoot, you just become a rogue. That's the fun thing as well. There's a very interesting dynamic.
Warning. Decontamination still in effect beyond this point. Restricted access. Violators will be prosecuted.
So, you become a rogue. You shoot people, you take their loot, and your rogue status escalates. It goes from 20 seconds I accidentally shot someone to 50 seconds you actually killed someone, then it goes to 90, and it goes up. And at some point you reach about the 5-minute mark for your rogue status to go off, or then it reaches level 5. Might actually be just 5 kills, I don't know. I haven't studied the mechanics extensively, but at some point you get to rogue level 5 and a manhunt starts, and then you're just broadcast on the map as, hey, there is someone who's been on a killing streak. Then it's just rogue, they're super rogues, and then you become visible on for most of the map, and people are actually pointed to you like, hey, there's a manhunt going on, kill them. And if you survive the manhunt, if you actually survive for the whole 5 minutes, you get a lot of extra loot. A lot of extra rogue dollars, so to say, which you can use to buy good gear in the store. But yeah, I think that's it for now. But just a brief glance at the Division. I was initially not very excited for the game. It's like, yeah, no, it's a shooter. Wasn't really into it, but the hype started building, so I actually paid a little bit more attention to it. So I was like, yeah, okay, it's a shooter, but it's also had some action RPG elements with character customization, which I haven't shown yet. So you have a primary and a secondary weapon. It's just good. Now when I talk about it, I see more stuff. So you got a primary weapon. In this case, I've picked a assault rifle, a police M4. You can mod it, so put a scope on it. In this case, the scope is 4x zoom, and it also gives me a little bit of bonus to optimal range and headshot damage. You got some characteristics like accuracy, reloading speed, range, and stability. There's a DPS, there's rounds per minute, and there's a magazine size. Then in this case, the magazine I've got increases my rate of fire, so my DPS goes up. I've got a grip that increases my stability. I've got a suppressor on it that reduces my threat, so mobs are less likely to attack me. Oh, can't you see I need help? That means there's probably a NPC nearby that needs help. Hello?
I'm not the danger.
Okay. So, sometimes people need your help, and you can give them something in return for XP or a nice item. Let's see, so, the Scourge. That's the sniper I was using. It's got a purple optics on it, 12x zoom, so that's very nice for a sniper rifle. Some bonus headshot XP, bonus headshot damage. This one is really nice for dealing headshot damage. Got a magazine underneath it that actually increases my clip size. A laser pointer that actually adds a laser pointer to the gun, which is also really cool. And this increases hipfire accuracy and stability, so it's easier to shoot it without actually zooming in. And since this is my primary weapon, and sometimes you just need to sling it over a crate or something to shoot at enemies because you're suppressed, that is not a bad idea. And I liked the laser pointer on this. And again, it has a muzzle that reduces threat. So, and there's a pistol, and no, you got your body armor. this case I got a military spec vest that has armor, it has some attributes, it has bonus armor, protection from elites, so that's NPC enemies, bonus health, increased kill XP, and it adds 35 to the stat, which is electronics, which boosts the power of your skills. The other two stats are stamina, which just straight up boosts your health. From the looks of it, each point of stamina gives you 30 points of health, and firearms, which boosts your damage. So if you move over to character, you see a bunch of stats and primary attributes. And they have a lot of stats. You know, things like range, reload time, and weapon specific skills, all kinds of bonuses. And I'm actually, wait, if I hit L, you get your skills. So you got 3 skill trees. So your medical, tech and security, which corresponds with the 3 stat points you got. So medical is what you start with these 3. I picked medical, so then you get a pulse, which I've just showed a couple of times. It starts out as just a basic pulse that just sweeps, and it shows what hostiles are nearby, and you get a small bonus against them. Once you have upgraded your home base a bit, you can actually upgrade it to become even better, and in my case I picked the one that has more range and locates loot. But the increased range is especially nice because if you're hunkered down on a loot extraction zone, it allows you to see further, to see where enemies are. And my second skill is a first aid kit, which again you can upgrade by upgrading your base. And base is probably the last thing I should show you before I call it a day. So, fast travel, also a very useful system. You can fast travel to your teammates and you can fast travel to your home base. And everywhere else you just gotta walk. So, this is my home base. This decontamination zone serves as a bit of a loading zone. You can't actually sprint in here. This way you have the transition between areas. That's done. So it's a bit dilapidated. This is my partner here who was supposed to go out in the field, but she ended up wounded on basically before she even landed here. And you got different wings. So you got a security wing. There is a tech wing upstairs, and there is a medical wing up here. And medical wing in the beta is the only thing you can actually unlock. And you actually have to do missions and rescue people in order to unlock the medical wing. And after that you need to do missions to get upgrade supplies so you can upgrade it. So the first upgrade in the clinic allows you to give you 1 extra med kit, which is nice, so you can carry 3 with you rather than 2. And once you got the quarantine upgrade, you can actually upgrade one of your abilities. And that way there's different things that you can upgrade that will give you different things, but most of them are just locked in the beta. And yeah, of course there's a board here that currently I can't use because I've already done all the missions, but normally you can activate the board to pick up some missions in the area that you can then do to get more supplies. There's vendors here. It's like in the dark zone, but this is only blue and green stuff. This is one for mods, one for gear, and one for weapons. And with that, I think that's actually it. So this is the Division. I was lucky enough to get into the beta. I really enjoyed it, and before the beta I was kind of on the fence about it. And now I'm definitely going to buy the game. So chances are on this channel you will see more footage of the Division. Rumor has it there's going to be about 20 hours of single player campaign story stuff, and after that it's going to be multiplayer. So might actually just do a full run through of the game, doing missions and things like that, because I'm actually really into this game. So with that, I thank you very much for watching. If you got into the beta, I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, too bad. I know the feeling. I mean, I actually had to wait until Saturday night to actually start on the beta rather than entering it on Friday, because I got a bit late applying my code.
Come and take a look.
So yeah, maybe there's gonna be another beta, I don't know. If so, I hope other people get to try the game. And if not, the release date I think is gonna be March 8th, 2016. Of March 9th, early March, let's keep it at that. So yeah, there will be more. With that, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.